Namaskar, this is Akhilesh Bhargava. Welcome to Tit-Bits on Business and Finance with me. The Finance Minister, after a recent meeting with the CEOs of the top 20 private sector banks, housing finance companies, and micro financial institutions of India, after this meeting, she said that with lots of good and positive things, it was a tonic like meeting. She said that demand is back and that lending is going up, loans are going up, such that the economy's performance in the second half of the financial year will be much better. She said that the feeling she got was that consumption is looking up and that there are no liquidity issues in the system. In other words, there are enough funds around. According to her, the slowdown in the economy has already bottomed out. And with festival season spending on the cards, she said that the economy will only look up. She said that things are looking forward and upward. And with the Pitrapaksh getting over soon, consumer spending will pick up, and so will loans from the banks and other institutions. This statement of hers is part of the finance minister's job, as we call, of talking up the economy and reassuring shareholders, stakeholders in the economy that all is good or is looking good. Thus, apart from all the recent relief measures that the government has been taking in order to revive the economy, and they have been taking measures piecemeal by piecemeal, I think they have so far announced relief measures in 5 installments and they are expected to continue. So apart from these kind of relief measures, one of the key functions that a responsible finance minister performs is to talk up the economy, to reassure the economy, to tell the stakeholders that all is good. But when you talk up the economy, you need to do it in a credible manner. And when the finance minister claims that the slowdown has bottomed out, it should be based on very visible indicators or reported facts and figures which are missing at the moment. The reality is we need to yet see any signs of the slowdown bottoming out. The government has certainly been taking relief measures, but even if these measures are appropriate and adequate, according to us, it will be a couple of quarters before the effect of these measures start kicking in. And according to us, even the most die-hard optimists will not say at the moment that the slowdown has bottomed out and the economy has started an upward trajectory in its growth. The issue here, according to us, is that what is tonic for the finance minister is a tonic for the economy also. What was the tonic that the finance minister said? What came out in the meeting with those CEOs of banks, etc., was that there is enough liquidity, consumption is looking up, and lending is picking up. Those were the three issues that came up. Just on that basis, it would not be correct to conclude that it was a tonic for the economy. It may have been tonic for the finance minister, certainly. The reality is that these are very narrow filters, which is just looking at consumption looking up. It is too narrow a filter to say that there is a lookup of the economy across the board. There are many other issues to be looked in because this slowdown has not only been chronic, it has impacted sector after sector. And apart from this factor, the reality also is that the government has put an ambitious target of a $5 trillion economy by 2025. And you need to look at the economy picking up from this perspective also. So according to us, what is tonic to her need not be and is not tonic for the economy. And why do we say? We say so because there are so many other indicators which are languishing. Until they do not look up, we would not say that this constitutes tonic for the economy. What are they? The first one, jobs continue to be difficult to get. Unemployment remains at an all-time high according to us. In fact, the Bharatiya Mazdoor Sangh, an RSS affiliate, recently said that the government has not come up with any manufacturing project to talk about such that jobs were created. The BMS actually says that merely because jobs got created in the digital sector, doesn't mean that jobs got created. So, for us to feel energized, we need to see jobs being created. Because if jobs get created, then you will have household income looking up. You will have a durable sustenance in consumer spending, which at the moment the government is trying to found it on the basis of loans. And if jobs get created, household savings, spending will both look up. No relief on that front at the moment. The second is rural stress continues. The rural economy continues to suffer, and that has been very evident from the fact that consumption demand in the rural sector has slipped the most. If the rural sector continues to suffer, so has been the case of the MSME sector and the informal sector. Both of them are still looking forward to some relief such that their growth comes back, their profitability come back, and the reality is they still continue to have liquidity issues. So that's the other indicator we would want to see, the MSME and the informal sector looking up. The other one would be GST simplification. Simplify the GST, simplify the tax laws, and then we would love to say that yes, it's tonic for the country. The NPA crisis remains unresolved. Banks are still, according to us, in a sick situation, and NPAs have not ebbed as yet. They continue to go up. In fact, with the latest directive of the finance minister that NPAs of MSMEs must not be recognized until 31st March 2020, it only means that there is yet another upsurge of NPAs which is now being hidden by not recognizing them. So solve the NPA crisis and we will feel extremely good. The export sector has been suffering. India's exports have been going down. The other area where we would want to see relief and then say, yes, it's an energy tonic, is compliance costs need to go down. Ease of doing business in the country across the board needs to look up and get better. And when the finance minister talks about loans, what we would really like to see is loans are taken not for consumption, but primarily for investing in the economy. Because when investment picks up is when you'll have a wonderful spillover effect coming into all kinds of economic benefits, including creation of jobs. So, what is tonic to the FM does not seem tonic for the country at large, because the FM is looking at that tonic from a very narrow filter, a very narrow perspective. There are larger issues at stake and the larger economy at stake. But then the issue really is that it is very often seen that ministers in the government rush in to make premature announcements. We still recall the fact that Piyush Goyal had announced over a year, almost a year and a half ago, that with the resolution of the Bhushan Steel NPA account, we have a resolution of the entire NPA crisis in the country. The Bhushan Steel account did not even get resolved at that point of time, and the NPA crisis continues, making it very clear that that eager, premature statement of Mr. Piyush Goyal was not correct. And we also think that the finance minister's claim that the slowdown has bottomed out is also not correct. It is premature because at the ground level, we still don't see things looking up. We really hope that this festival season turns to be bountiful for the economy, and it does give such an impetus that all the measures that the government is taking by way of relief measures help the economy to look up. This is Akhilesh Bhargava signing off till we meet again. Namaskar.
HW News Network today is a year and a half old. Thanks to your support, thanks to your love, we've grown. We require your support a little more. What we request you to do is to download our free app. Our app is in Hindi, English and Marathi. We promise to update you with the latest news, views, analysis, interview. We also have a live TV going in that. If you download our app, we will get advertisers. And if we get advertisers, we'll get revenue. We get revenue, we can serve you better. So once again, please do support us. Please download our app. Namaskar.
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, Search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.